Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back and ready for another extraterrestrial, extraterritorial extravaganza as we play XCOM: The Long War. And despite my momentary exuberance there just a second ago, I really should be more dejected than excited, because we're in anything but an exceptional situation right now. Sure, our last two missions have been solid, I'll give you that. We've done okay on the last two, but we're still in a hole that's deeper than the well in Jamie Gum's basement, and we're going to have a hell of a time clawing our way out with all this lotion all over our skin. And as you can see, the reason that we're in such a deep hole is because we've got a pretty wide spiral of injury and fatigue here spinning us towards an inevitable all-rookie mission. We got 45 total troopers, and these 8 men and women right here, they're it. Out of 45, we have 8 who are currently active, every single one a rookie. And if we get another mission before some of these folks come back, we're going to be down to 1 lonely trooper because 7 of these guys will be going on our next mission. So, you know, that's not an ideal situation. And if we do have to do an all-rookie mission, I have to kind of assume that it's going to be a disaster of titanic proportions. And in this case, I employ the word titanic as both an adjective and a noun, because it's not only going to be a monumental disaster, we're also likely to end up tearfully sending several of our beloved troopers into the cold, dark sea, freezing while we cling to a floating door. It's going to be ugly. So, you know. But before we get to that, and a thin man inevitably shows up disguised wearing a tuxedo and pretending to be Billy Zane and handcuffs Bradford to a pipe, I suppose we should probably take care of our maintenance item. We do have one thing on our list. Also, by the way, Bradford, if you do wind up handcuffed to a pipe in a room that's slowly filling with water, you're going to drown, because I'm not going to bother to come save your drunken ass. I'm just going to let the inevitable take its course. But we do have one trooper who got promoted, and that is Yazuki Yamada, the mighty little engineer that could. We brought a reasonably untalented rookie out on our last mission, and despite that, she did a fine job, even pulled down a kill for us, so we have no complaints about old Yamada. Of course, we did immediately submit her for Project Lazarus testing, and it turns out she was compatible. Totally compatible, in fact, with one of the greatest warrior women of all time. And of course, by that, I speak of Tomoe Gozen. One of the finest female samurai to ever exist. And I, for one, am looking forward to seeing what old Gozen here can contribute to the project. Much like her compatriot Miyamoto Musashi, I'd really love to put a blade in her hand to see what she can do with it, but we're going to have to make do with that assault rifle and some grenades, because Tomoe is a grenadier for us, because her aim is, let's face it, real bad. I'm assuming he's like nearsighted or something and just unwilling to admit it. She doesn't want to look with the glasses thing. She's not into the whole glasses look, and contacts, they bother her eyes, so she just very mildly nearsighted and tries to compensate for it with bravado. And I really don't mind, as long as she can hit what she's aiming at with a grenade. I really don't give a shit how good of a shot she is, so we're going to let that slide. I would have thought that Dr. Valen, of course, could have fixed a myopic ability. I mean, she's editing DNA for troopers to go into some kind of genetic reconstitution. I think she could have edited out the myopia part, but, you know, Dr. Valen, sometimes, she's a little hit or miss. Her skills are, they're a lot like a Jackson Pollock painting. Some of the canvas gets covered, and some of it just gets splattered with a lot of shit that you necessarily wish was there. We're going to have to make do, but in the interest of trying to dig our way out of our fatigue spiral, let's head up, start scanning, and see if we just can't get some fucking time to pass before we get another mission. Really, Alien, seriously, I need a couple days. Alright, so that's fine. We've got enough time that we have several troopers back. I feel confident that we can field a reasonable team. Still want to hire some more folks, though. We're hiring here at XCOM because our attrition rate is terrible. Man, Brazil is not looking good.
Your recent results were beyond our expectations.
Yeah, you said that last time, Optimus Prime, and I did a worse job this time. So clearly you have some problems when it comes to UN expectations. Based on how I did last time, you would have probably expected me to do at least as well. Turns out I did way worse, so... You know, I wonder if Optimus Prime doesn't have some kind of problem with, like, his short-term memory conversion. Like, maybe he has encephalitis or something and it destroyed the part of his brain that lets him take short-term memories and convert them into long-term memories, and he just wakes up every morning thinking it's the same day over and over again, like Drew Barrymore in 50 First Dates. On the plus side, if he did do that, he wouldn't actually have to remember ever having seen 50 First Dates, so And, you know, maybe there's something to that. Should go see if I can get infected with encephalitis. That'd be sweet. Anyway, we got $1,000, which we desperately needed. We also picked up 3 scientists, which is, it's okay. Can we build? We're going to spend most of this on facilities, actually.
We're always glad to have more help down here.
Yeah, I know you need more help, Dr. Shen. I could send you 50 guys, and honestly, I'm not sure you would remember how many people actually worked for you, so whether or not it's an improvement, I don't really think you're going to know. Can we build another satellite uplink? We can, and we are going to. So a lot of this money is going to go... Wow, we only have 576 credits? Is that it? Fuck. It's not as much as I would have hoped. We've got to build another satellite uplink, though. We also need to build another satellite, frankly. And what's worse, we got to try and get our way over to this steam vent, because we are getting to a sort of an out-of-power situation. That access lift is real expensive. You know what? We can't afford it at this time. We just can't. It's only 7 days to build. I think our money is probably better spent elsewhere. We are going to have Dr. Shen build us one more satellite. Actually, theoretically, you should build more than this, but I'm going to go for one for now, because there's something else we need more than we need another satellite, and that is more troopers. We gotta get more troopers. We're going to build that. We're going to go to the weapons. We need one more laser rifle as well. We're going to order that. On the plus side, laser rifle at least is cheap. You know what? Let's go for 2 of those, actually. We can afford 90. And then these remaining 86 credits, we're going to have to actually scrounge up an additional $4. I'm going to send a team out to start begging at a bus station, I guess, because we need the $4. But we need an extra $4 here so that we can hire 2 more troopers. Let's get rid of a Thin Man Corpse. So that'll get us $6. The guys down at the bus station did good sweeping out the coin return slots of the payphones. They found more change than we were expecting. Let's head to the barracks then. We're going to hire 2 more soldiers. This should put us close to 50 once our new soldiers arrive. Specifically, it's going to put us at 49, which means I need at least 1 more. Wait a minute. Can I afford 1 more? Oh, I can. Well, good. There we go. That's an even 50 soldiers for us then, and we are tapped out like the collapsed veins of a junkie who's been doing nothing but shooting heroin straight into his lacrimal ducts because, well, the veins just aren't cutting it anymore. We're about as stable as that guy, which is a Steven Tyler level of stability, frankly, and that's not a good thing. So let's see if we can get a mission then, or ideally just get some more time to pass so some of our troopers got a chance to get back in the swing of things. Or we could have a terror mission in Vancouver. That'll be good, considering how well we did on our last terror mission. This is fucking horrible. We do have more troopers, though. So, you know, one bright spot. We have an extra slot to put somebody in. The problem is I have to assume that a lot of these slots are... Oh, man. We got 7. How many? 1, 2, 3. We have 9 troopers that we can take on the mission, one of whom is Franklin Roosevelt, arguably XCOM's shittiest sniper. Man. So this lineup has not a lot to recommend it. Wow, this sucks. Alright, so Virginia Big Bad Wolf is absolutely going. We're going to need the wolf. Whether you have a dead guy in the backseat of a car with his brain splattered all over, or you need a pig's house blown down, Virginia Big Bad Wolf is the right person for the job. Jane Sporty Austin. Sporty, you are a stability gunner. Alright, well that's fine then. We'll leave you with that nice LMG. We are going to give you a scope, of course. There you go. Attack armor, LMG, scope, laser sight. That's got old Sporty, locked, loaded, ready to roll. We're going to need him. We're going to... Oh, man. Do I really... You know what? I think maybe no. I think we leave Mark Twain in case we need somebody to lead our next mission. We're going to need at least 1 experienced trooper. Man, Hedberg's back in less than an hour. Yeah, that'll be a reasonable team. We're going to leave Samuel Clemens behind. Not because we don't like him. We do like Mark Twain. He's done some good work for us. But this time, I think we might need Franklin Roosevelt. Also, Franklin Roosevelt's going to get a level out of this. So we're going to go for a little long-range fire support instead of the additional firepower Sammy would get us by being able to shoot twice. So we've got 2 long rangers. We got Big Bad on scout. We're going to need an assault trooper. That's going to be Thurgood Marshall because he's all we got in a barn, folks. It's Thurgood Marshall or nothing. We're going to leave Thurgood, I think, with the medkit, actually. Yeah, the medkit's good. I expect to see some chrysalids and zombies on this mission, so the medkit's going to be fine. And since we are going to have chrysalids and zombies, You know, I'm thinking this might be J. Robert Oppenheimer's time to shine. He could do okay against chrysalids and zombies. And I say okay because he is still a fucking Rocketeer, and okay, that's as good as it gets with a Rocketeer. A Rocketeer never does well, a Rocketeer never exceeds, they never do a superb job. At best, they get by. And we're just going to hope that old J. Robert can get by and maybe slip one of those rockets into the midst of a nice big pot of chrysalids. It would be the first time a Rocketeer had ever really done anything good for us, but we can still hope. Keep hope alive, folks. Keep hope alive. Do we take Shaka Zulu, or do we keep him for our next mission and take a rookie? Shaka is real fast. He also has a very good aim. You know what? On this mission, I actually think we should probably take Shaka Zulu. We can't afford to have another debacle like we had on our last Terra mission, which now that I think of it, Shaka Zulu was actually a part of. So we had like 5 days between Terra missions. What the fuck, XCOM? You're giving me a Terra mission every 5 days? We barely had time for there to be a fatigue cooldown between Terra missions. At this rate, we're going to need 100 people in our barracks. We're going to have the full 100 soldiers. Oh, I don't like this at all. Alright, we need an engineer, and it's either going to be Marie Curie or Napoleon. I think in this case, we take the little corporal, who is actually a Lance Corporal, which LCPL, Little Corporal, Lance Corporal, that's almost too perfect. But we do need his tiny belligerent ass on this mission, because he's got the higher foot speed. I don't need to change his name. I just want to adjust his loadout. AP grenades, you know what? Let's get rid of those APs, actually. Did we even use those last time against chrysalids? I don't think we did. I'm sticking with the HE grenades, because last time we did a Terra mission, actually, there were only 3 chrysalids on it, and the rest of it was thin men and floaters. So this is our team. It's not good. And we're doing a Terra mission. This is one of those situations where you find yourself just staring down, looking at your own feet, wondering how the hell you got where you are. Then you think back on an entire lifetime full of terrible, terrible choices, and you despair. Much Hedberg's back on active duty, though, so, you know, I guess we can't despair too terribly.
The drop site for this operation will be in Canada. The aliens are continuing their incursions into highly
We will
populated
simply
areas.
not have them
Can't allow
terrorizing
further
Canada,
civilian casualties
Bradford.
to spread panic in the
The
region.
Canadian people are too damn polite to object to a terror mission. They'll just be like, oh, geez, everything's real scary, eh? We gotta, like, calm down. Oh, geez, let's just stay inside. It's real scary up here, eh? We're just gonna hang back, and maybe these aliens will take off, and I don't know, maybe they'll go across over to Russia or something. Jeez, oh, it's real bad. Gonna go not gonna be able to get down to Timmy's this morning and get my donut and my coffee, eh? Oh, it's gonna, oh, geez.
Central, strike one is locked in.
That's also the worst impression of a Canadian, and if you are Canadian and offended, I sincerely
Squad is
apologize.
cleared to engage hostile targets.
I do
Watch your
indeed
fire
sincerely
out there.
apologize,
We
but
have civilians on the
what I lack in humorous ability, I try to make up for with terrible accents. So that's kind of my one thing. I know I'm not funny. I try to compensate by just having the worst possible human accent. So we got to try and find some civilians. So far, I see one. Last time we rescued a whopping 2 civilians, which I have to say is far fewer than we would have liked to have rescued. We can probably get to that guy. I mean, we can definitely get to that guy. I don't know as I want to do that with my first move, though. That seems borderline suicidal. Let's have Big Bad go over here and do her scout thing. I mean, scouting is her job, but yeah, we're going to be able to get this guy pretty much for free, and then we've got another one over there. So let's grab this guy. Possibly could snag that person as well. So I like this lane of approach, actually. This gives us, we got 1 civilian, 2 civilian, 3 civilian, 4. Now, if only we had a red fish and a blue fish, we'd be in pretty good position, but looking like the whole fish thing is maybe not going to pan out as well as we'd like. Let's get a battle scanner. We're going to get that out here. I just want to try and get eyes on... I'm actually looking for civilians with this battle scanner. I'm looking for civilians, not necessarily aliens. What have we got? You got to be kidding me. Nothing? No aliens, no civilians, huh? Where the Christ are all the fucking civilians at, then? Also, if there are no civilians around, who the hell is doing all this screaming? I mean, I'm hearing a lot of screaming for a map that has not a single civilian on it. So we're gonna advance to this corner then. If we can get civilians over here, we're gonna come over here and take the ones we can see. We gotta do, I mean, we gotta do something, so we know this area is clear of the enemy. And we're gonna get what we can get while the getting's good. Oh, Jane Austen, I do not like your firing situation at all, my dear.
10-4.
We're gonna bring you up here to actually support a little bit of assault troopering. Alright, so here come our chrysalids, and our team is in arguably the worst possible position to deal with this. Well, that's just fucking fantastic. On the plus side, there is one positive takeaway from this. We can get one positive thing out of this. They're not killing civilians because they came straight for us. That's the one thing we've got going for us. We almost need that to critical. Jane Austen. We'll come back to you in a moment. Where is my... Oh, J. Robert Oppenheimer, you piece of human garbage. I hate you so much. Oh, I hate you. I hate you with the passion. A burning, burning passion, J. Robert Oppenheimer. That's why I fucking hate Rocketeers, because they are worse than engineers in every single fucking capacity. So this may blow... Oh, if this blows up... If you blow up that forklift, I'm gonna be real salty. Alright, you destroyed his cover, but I'm actually not salty about the cover destruction. I was going to be real salty, however, if you had blown up our unit's only fucking point. If you had damaged him with the explosion, I was going to be real upset. You got lucky, son. You got lucky. So we got to kill 3 chrysalids, and we only really have 2 bullets to do it with. I'm somewhat alarmed that this did not improve Jane Sporty Austin's chances to hit some of the guys that are a little further away.
Hostile pacified.
She still got the kill, which is good. Do we have anybody else who's going to be able to get a shot at those guys? Roosevelt definitely cannot. We got to get one more person who can shoot at him. We need one... please tell me you can get their Shaka Zulu. Be the hero that we need right now. Oh, the finest warrior in all of God's creation, Shaka Zulu, is going to get this done. Unless he fucking misses, in which case he's fired from life by a chrysalid. I hate you, Shaka Zulu. I hate you so much right now. Alright then. So that leaves us J. Robert Oppenheimer, who I don't think can even get a shot. Yep. Could we shoot one long? Not without... You gotta be kidding me on the whole I'm gonna kill Teddy Roosevelt thing. This is gonna kill Thurgood Marshall. I guarantee it kills him.
Suck on this.
Or it could potentially save his life. Also, J. Robert Oppenheimer, you got the luckiest fucking missile scatter I have ever seen occur in an episode of XCOM. You shot it through the gap in the forklift, you idiot. Oh, you are a monumental asshole, sir, and I despise every iota of your being. We do need to get Thurgood Marshall in cover.
On the move.
And yes, I am moving towards the crystalwood. I want a guaranteed, can't miss, 100% kill. Marshall gets it done. And while some of you out there right now are saying, man, you bag on, you're always bagging on the Rocketeers, and right there, J. Robert Oppenheimer just saved a life. No, he didn't. He didn't save shit. Luck saved the life there. J. Robert Oppenheimer had nothing to do with it. He just happened to be standing nearby when it happened. That's the extent of the credit I'm willing to give to J. Robert Oppenheimer. He was in the neighborhood. That's all he gets.
Move out.
So that's 3 civilians saved. We've already bested our previous best marker. You gotta be kidding me with the no civilians. Where the hell are all the civilians? Okay, there's one right there. Looks like 2, 3. Okay, so all the civilians are fucking stupidly cowering inside a warehouse instead of being out in the open where potentially we could give them some fire support rather, and help keep them alive. You know, you guys could talk. You could sing out and tell the civilians, hey, over here, come to our fucking evacuation sky aircraft and safety. I mean, we'll let you pile on board. Safety is to be had in the region. You can escape this situation. You don't have to die, become zombified, and get killed twice. But, clearly they don't want to listen. Yeah, J. Robert did that. I'm very glad we moved Thurgood Marshall then, because I seriously was considering using that forklift for cover. So I'm exceptionally glad I chose to not do that. Well, Jane Austen can use it for cover now. Since she cannot move and fire, we're probably going to have old Sporty Austin Just post up right where she's at. We're going to bring Napoleon over here, and our goal is going to be to sweep in here and try and start rescuing these civilians. We got to get what we can get while we can get it. Jane, why don't you go ahead and reload, actually? You know what, Napoleon? Go ahead and take the rescue. I'm comfortable with that. There's not going to be anything over here, so we can get a rescue. That's 4. We're down 3. Still, a numbers game that's kind of favoring us, just a teensy bit. FDR, buddy, you're in a bad spot. Let's bring you over here and see if we can get you up on top of that. I don't know, maybe up on top of that vehicle. I don't like the fact that this entire vehicle is engulfed in fire. I have a strong suspicion that it's going to explode. And if that's the case, I don't want to be anywhere near it when that explosion happens. George Thurgood, let's get you up there with the destroyers so you can sing us a nice little song. J. Robert Oppenheimer, let's just forget about what happened earlier. You know what, J. Robert? We're gonna try and let bygones be bygones here. I'm gonna give you a pass on the whole rocket deviated quite a bit because you did save a life. I mean, and admittedly, by your own admission, you are Death, Destroyer of Worlds. So it's my fault for trusting. It's my fault for asking you to do anything reliable, and you produced not the results we needed, but mediocre results. Also, very glad I got away from that car. So we have floaters in this building.
Hear that?
Yeah, it's a floater. We're gonna have to be careful as we advance. That's fine. We can deal with that. We should be able to get at least one civilian rescue this turn, but I really want a battle scanner in there before I just charge in all stupidly. So we didn't lose a single civilian. That's a positive thing. No civilians were harmed in the filming of this turn. Man, I want a battle scanner in there before I advance.
On the move.
So Thurgood Marshall does not have a battle scanner, but the coast is clear. So get a rescue Thurgood. In he goes. Thurgood has bagged himself a civilian, and that's a nice one, a 6-pounder. That's going to put Thurgood in contention for the Lunker badge for certain. So, are they on the roof? They could very easily be on the roof. And if they're on the roof, there's not going to be a whole hell of a lot we can do to stop them. FDR, why don't you get up here and take a look for us, actually? FDR sees nothing, so Mr. Delano, step forward a bit, and we probably should have had you stay put and steady your weapon, but I'm not a smart man. Shaka Zulu's going to dash in. Shaka does have the moving fire-heavy weapon, so he can't get us good fire support. That's 6 rescued. We're doing okay here. Jane Austen, you're absolutely on Overwatch. Napoleon, I want you here for a next turn rescue. Big Bad, similar for you. We got to get you up and in this building. J. Robert Oppenheimer, I really don't care what you decide to do. Whatever it is, just try not to blow up a car that someone is standing next to. I mean, you are become Death, Shatterer of Worlds. I'm assuming there's a reason for that. Still got floaters over here. You know, the U.S. government trusted J. Robert Oppenheimer to work on the Manhattan Project, and what are you doing, civilians? Help is just around the corner, and what do these civilians do? They run the fuck away like assholes. Also, that door is open, which leads me to believe we can very likely expect there to be enemies over there. So we're going to take a conservative move here with Thurgood. So there we go. We got 3 floaters. We also, as a result, have 3 civilians who probably aren't going to survive the turn.
Move your ass. You're safe.
Yeah, you know, there are levels of safe, and I'm not sure those guys technically qualify. FDR has got... you know what, FDR? We're going to have you steady your weapon, sir. If one of those guys comes up over the roof, I would not mind having FDR in a situation, or a position, rather, where he could potentially get a shot. Jane Austen, you are going to have to advance. I don't like having you in half cover, especially when it's covered behind a car, when Mr. Oppenheimer and his untrustworthy explosives are operating in the same region. That has kind of a recipe for disaster. If I were trying to whip up a tragedy, that's pretty much the best way I can imagine to make that happen. How dedicated am I to trying to save these civilians is the question. And I think the answer is we've already saved 7, so at this point, civilian casualties are gonna be somewhat more acceptable. Little Overwatch. We do have another civilian over there we could potentially also pick up.
I don't think we're alone out here.
Sounds like a floater. So we should have some Overwatch here. J. Robert, Shaka Zulu.
Target's still up.
You know, they combined to do okay. Got 4 damage out of them. That's not what we needed from J. Robert Oppenheimer, because he's a piece of human. Holy shit balls. See, that's how you do some Overwatch there, Thurgood Marshall. That's how that shit's supposed to go. Because not only did that kill a Thin Man, I'd like to point out, Thurgood Marshall did absolutely murder a Thin Man right there. But not only did he murder a Thin Man, did you see what secondary effect he had? Thurgood Marshall, after murdering that fucking Thin Man, also bathed those 2 floaters in acid. Because Thurgood Marshall is a goddamn hero. A goddamn hero. And you fucking civilians are killing me. You guys are killing me right now. You're fucking killing me. We can make this happen. Alright, so we can make this work. Big Bad Wolf, can you get... Nah, you're 1 tile short. Shit. Shit balls, shit balls, shit balls. So that means the only person who can save this civilian is Napoleon. None of those guys are on Overwatch. Alright, Napoleon, I need you to do this. This is very dangerous, and I hate to ask you, but we're going to need Thurgood Marshall actually to go rescue those guys. And I do have a plan here. It's not a good plan, but I do have a plan. Alright, so Marshall, you got to come to here, rescue these 2 guys. So let's make that happen. There we go. Double rescue. How am I in acid? I beg your pardon? Well, even if we are, it's too late now. We can't do anything about it.
I'm rolling.
I guess the civilian must have been in acid. And then you're going to shoot this Thin Man right in his stupid back. Oh, man, right in the face. That's what happens when you wear those doofy-ass John Lennon glasses, sir. You get fucking shot in the mouth, and deservedly so. So we do have Big Bad Wolf here for a little backup. We also have Napoleon Bonaparte, who could theoretically do something for us. Jane Austen has a shot from where she's at. Are you kidding me? Jane Austen, oh my god, this is why we love Jane Sporty Austen right here. Look at this. She's taking a man down for us. From this range, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful Jane Austen. Beautifully done, ma'am. Beautifully done. Alright, so Napoleon, you gotta fall back. Let's bring you... I really want you in a position where you can't see the enemy. Probably here is going to be among your better locations. There's a reason... You gotta be shitting me. Could you stop popping pods, people? Then again, this is exactly the situation we had... I mean, this couldn't have gone better for J. Robert Oppenheimer. Alright, Oppenheimer, if ever you were going to make yourself look like anything other than a monstrously huge, worthless piece of shit goat, this is the fucking time to do it, son. Now is the time, this is the place. Get it done. Don't you fuck this up, Oppenheimer. That was one of the greatest rockets in XCOM history, J. Robert. It really, really was. I mean that with all sincerity. That was nothing short of beautiful.
Move into position.
Maybe, just maybe, I can support the Rocketeer Initiative, thanks to J. Robert Oppenheimer. He's a conscientious objector. Why? What's going on? Okay, not sure what that was. So that leaves us Shaka Zulu, who's got shots on 2 targets, but we also have Virginia Big Bad Wolf here. And I wouldn't mind getting a little shotgun action up in the area. Shaka, let's see what your hit percentages are like. Okay, kill the Thin Man. He's the bigger threat anyway. You gotta be kidding me, Shaka, buddy.
Man, I missed.
Yeah, we definitely noticed the fact that you missed there.
On it.
Well observed, sir. I know the Seeker is going to be immune to this. I think, rather than killing one of these guys, flashbanging them is potentially more useful. I'm going for the flashbang. I'm worried about this guy slipping around behind Thurgood Marshall and flanking him and putting his thin little man penis right in our bulging, hemorrhoid-infested anus. And, you know, I just assume Thurgood Marshall has hemorrhoids. He spent a lot of years sitting on a bench. Why did that guy not shoot Napoleon in the back? Was that a double move? Wow, okay, so Napoleon's in a real bad spot. We also have some Overwatch, which may prove problematic. Virginia Big Bad Wolf has some opportunities to do some solid work for us. Napoleon's going to have to dig himself out of quite a hole. Shaka Zulu can't fail to kill that guy. There's a number of other targets that he can absolutely fail to kill, however. You know what? I'm taking the slam dunk. I want this guy dead. Nicely done.
He's down.
That's one target. Jane Sporty Austin does not have a shot at anything. Thurgood Marshall, unfortunately, is kind of pinned in by this acid. We may revisit him in a moment. Big Bad Wolf. She could do some okay stuff for us, but I think... Yeah, this is going to draw out the Overwatch, too. So moving Virginia Wolf first is the right move here. Okay, I was going to say, if you don't pull that Overwatch, Virginia, I'm going to be very cross with you, young lady. You don't want to see me when I'm cross, Virginia. I mean, I don't Hulk out or anything and get all giant and green and terrifying. I just sort of spit and fume, and my cheeks get all red, and I just look real flustered and unhappy. Huge damage from Big Bad Wolf right there. That was nicely done. So who does that leave in the department of people who can actually contribute something to the situation? We're going to bring FDR forward and hope he can get a shot next turn. And likewise, we're going to do the same thing actually with Jane Sporty Austin here.
Got it.
Sporty Spice has got to get into the thick of things. We've got Napoleon, Thurgood Marshall, who doesn't have a whole lot, Robert Oppenheimer. That's it. Alright, Opster, who can you see here? You get a 35% chance at that guy, which is terrible. And a 50% shot at that guy, which actually is unacceptable, honestly. I think probably the Shredder Rocket might be our best bet here. Okay. Hold on. I was thinking about trying to get a shred on this guy, but I'm pretty sure Napoleon is going to be able to get that guy killed with a shotgun blast, and if he can't, well, he deserves whatever fate befalls him. If he can't get that kill from point-blank range with a shotgun, and he dies as a result, he kind of deserves it. So we're going to throw the Shredder Rocket here. If this scatters, what if it scatters and hits Thurgood Marshall? You know what? It shouldn't be able to scatter far enough to punch through that wall. This is dangerous, and if it doesn't get the kill on this floater, I'm going to be very cross with J. Robert Oppenheimer as well. It did get the kill, also did 1 damage to the Thin Man from the looks of things, which is fine. Acceptable. I have to assume that Napoleon can kill this gentleman then. So we're going to have him step to here. This is point blank and a flank shot. There is no way this should not kill him. Perfectly done. Je suis Napoleon. I am proud of you, my friend, my friend. Viva France. Viva Emperor. You know what, Marshall? I think your best bet here is just going to be to reload. We've got a single solitary Thin Man who's back there all alone. He's in a dangerous position. He's in a strange city. He doesn't know anyone. He has no friends, no one to call his own. Napoleon can see him from where he's at. You know what, Roosevelt? This may be your only chance to do anything at all in this mission, so go ahead and take the shot. I'm real glad we brought you, by the way, Franklin. You've proved to be a strong asset. I think you fired your weapon once and managed to hit nothing. So, bully, well done. We are going to get some hollow targeting here, though. Another miss, which is unfortunate.
Damn it, missed the target.
Do you have another regular rocket, Oppenheimer? You do not. You have a 40% chance to hit, which I would prefer to not take unless absolutely forced to. Virginia Big Bad Wolf could probably just shoot this guy in the face. So let's send... Yep, here come the lightning reflexes. That's fine. We knew the Overwatch was there. Virginia Big Bad Wolf deciding to get herself hit through the lightning reflexes. Well, now, if that wasn't damn near a career-ending move, Virginia Wolf, I don't know what is, but I think this is going to end the mission. And I'm very much wishing right now we had brought a... That is not end of mission. Oh, Virginia Wolf. Oh, my dear Virginia. She is in a desperate, desperate pickle. That's real bad. So, Shaka Zulu, I want you to go save that civilian. This is 11 civilian saves, so that's pretty good performance. Where the hell could the rest of these aliens even be? Napoleon? Oh, shit. You gotta be kidding me. How did we not see that guy when we moved Virginia Wolf? Oh, Thurgood Marshall. Oh, Thurgood, you don't have run and gun available. This is real bad. So we have Napoleon. You know what, Napoleon? It's got to be a grenade. I can't trust you to get the hit with the shotgun. You do have Grenadier. This could maybe do something. Oh, Je suis Emperor.
Another one down.
Oh, that was beautiful, Napoleon. Absolutely beautiful, son. 13 out of 18 is only acceptable? Where's Optimus Prime rating us on this one? I mean, we definitely exceeded expectations last time we saved 2. Optimus Prime tells me I did an excellent job when I did a bad job, but Bradford apparently is a much fucking harsher taskmaster. We go 13 for 18 and Bradford deems it acceptable. Fuck you, Bradford. Optimus Prime has set the bar remarkably low so that we can occasionally stumble over it. Bradford, though, I mean, he has drunkenly high expectations at all times, apparently. I feel that Operation Rotting Stranger was a fantastic success. I don't care what Bradford's drunken ass says. How much gin have you had today, Bradford? 6 quarts? 7 quarts? More? Less? How can there be heavy UFO activity over Canada? We were just there. Unless they're counting us as a UFO, maybe the Canadian government didn't know we were operating over their sovereign airspace. A fact for which we should probably apologize. I really like Brick as a nickname for Robert Oppenheimer. I really do, because firing rockets is like throwing bricks at the enemy and that it's rarely useful. We will probably change that, however. You know, Oppenheimer, you got a promotion on this mission. I gotta give you credit. You earned this one. This one, you, sir, this one you earned. Let's see what abilities we got. Rapid reaction, which is pretty much trash. Fire in the hole. Grants +10 aim for purposes of reducing rocket scatter if the soldier has not moved this turn. Increases the range of the blaster launcher, which does not scatter. I don't really like that. Snapshot, however, is an absolute must, so we'll just go ahead and take that. And we'll see about old Brick's nickname, perhaps next time. How the shit Franklin Roosevelt earned himself a promotion, I have no idea. The man did absolutely nothing on the mission. I think he rescued a civilian. Whatever, Roosevelt. Here's a new deal for you. You get low profile just like every other sniper, so it's not really a new deal so much as the same deal but for a different person. And Virginia Big Bad Wolf is out for 29 days. Damn it. You know, I feel we did really good on that mission because I can't help but point out that this is the 3rd mission in a row where no enemy has been, or no XCOM trooper rather, has been wounded by enemy action except for Virginia Wolf, who took one single Overwatch shot, which is a -90 penalty, and still got hit. So that guy had like a 10% chance to hit Virginia Wolf, and just, he got lucky. So that's a wound I'm comfortable accepting. I mean, I don't like that it's 29 days. I'm glad Virginia Wolf lived because she's a fantastic trooper. Look at that, 11 kills on 6 missions. So I'm glad she lived. I'm upset that it's 29 days in a hospital when it was an Overwatch run, but that's going to happen. That's life as a scout for you, folks. That's it right there in a nutshell. I mean, periodically somebody's going to walk by and just smash you in the face with a large, blunt object, and it's going to put you in the hospital. You're going to get blindsided. It's going to happen. All credit to Napoleon, by the way, for saving Virginia Woolf's life. All credit. 7 weapon fragments, 3 meld, 4 Illyrium, 4 alloys, several corpses. And you know what? Another nice thing about Robert Oppenheimer's rocket, I don't even think that destroyed a lot of corpses. It killed Seekers. It destroyed a bunch of Seekers, which is, whatever. We're not really worried about Seeker corpses, so we still got weapon fragments and whatnot. Panic has increased in Canada and across all the northern American continent. I want to see how much. We should not have gotten much. Okay, you know what? That's actually pretty reasonable. It's not huge. We got very little in the United States and Mexico. And Canada, which was the target of the attack, only went up by about maybe a pip and a half, I want to say. Probably right around a pip and a half. That's okay, actually. That's acceptable. Granted, 13 out of 18 is pretty good for a Terra mission. I kind of feel that we got shafted in our evaluation, but I'm going to go talk that over with Bradford. We're going to adjust the rating system on a sliding scale based on our previous missions. We'll hammer out the details of that right now. So while I take care of that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more XCOM on a daily basis, consider subscribing as well. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.